there, my name is Ramalan and I'm a student from State Polytechnic of Jakarta, majoring in graphic design, and today I'll explain the process and the result of making books from Chronicles book project. So let's get started.
The first step in making this book is a mind map, where we describe some of the things that will be our reference in making the book. After mind map is a mood board, by including visual related to the mind map that has been done and make it easier to go into the design process. Here are 3 types of mood board. First, target audience, visual concept mood board, and layout design mood board. After that, we can make a sketch. In sketching, begins with a manual layout sketch. These serve to place the content that will be applied to the layout by determining the visual style and layout of the challenge accordingly. Next is the digital sketching. Because my book contains illustrations, photography, and information, I prepared some space to put this element. After that, we can make the final digital design, which will later become the final artwork of the book. Now, I'll tell you a little about the content of this book. In the first page of this book, it tells about coronavirus from definition, ways of prevention, even related information. Before getting into the subject in this book, I also wrote a few quotes to remind us how important it is to the thing that can prevent the spread of the virus. One of them is to stay at home. Now we go into the main topic, which is staying at home. I also explain a little about staying at home in this chapter. This is what makes human activity change, especially for children activities, but there are still many activities that can be done. In this book, I recommend some activity that can be done during quarantine. For example, there is a cooking. I also recommend some viral menus. Next, I also prepare a to-do list page to make it easier for them to record all activities they want to do. I also provide games in this book. Besides training the brain, these games can increase our knowledge. Likewise, with activities outside the home, many impacts or differences that occur during this quarantine, all summarized in the form of photography. Next is Staying Human, contains some of my target audience testimonials during quarantine about what was felt and what was missed. In this section, I don't use English because this is a target audience testimonials. I also provide draw with your style to describe how she felt and did during the quarantine. Next, I also include a number of activities that you can do after this quarantine period ends. I illustrate using illustration that are appropriate to the content. One example is hang out with friends. Last but not least, I also give page of notes to those who want to express their stories during quarantine period. And the last in this page is a special thanks to those who have become heroes during this pandemic. On the closing page, there is a bibliography and also credit for info, materials, and photos related to this book. There is also a biography of the author, Ramalan. Next is the advertising method. For advertisement design, I use a poster as advertising media with A3 plus size. In this poster, I describe the cover of the book, information of the book launch date, and where to buy the book. For example, I wrote this book can be purchased at Gramedia bookstore, both offline and online.
So that's the explanation about the process of making this book. And during making this book, I feel so happy because I have a lot of new knowledge, but sometimes I have a creative block while making this book, so I have to be smart in finding ideas, but that's okay. So that's it for the video. I would like to say thank you so much for everyone that helped me in making this book. And yeah, I'm Ramalan.